Space held such hope for humanity. A fresh start. A chance for old grievances to wither and die. Quantum gate networks let humanity push deeper and deeper into space. Countless planets were colonized. Governed by the Earth Empire, humanity entered a golden age of peace and prosperity. The pace quickened. A human brain was successfully joined with an artificial intelligence by Dr. Gustav Brackmann. The symbionts were born. Eventually, humanity's more base instincts took hold, and the thread began to unravel. The symbionts demanded independence. The Earth Empire's response was a secret loyalty program that pacified anyone with an AI implant. Dr. Brackmann fled with his closest symbionts and created the Cybran Nation. They would fight for their freedom. An alien race called the Seraphim was discovered by human colonists. The Seraphim introduced the settlers to something called the Way. But despite those peaceful overtures, the aliens were attacked by xenophobic soldiers. Soon, the Seraphim were no more. The Aeon Illuminate formed from the ashes. They would spread the Way and cleanse the galaxy of non-believers. The Earth Empire collapsed. The galaxy fell into darkness and chaos. From the ruins rose the United Earth Federation, an old idea made new. Unite the galaxy and restore order, no matter the cost. The technology of destruction surged ahead. The armored command unit made killing efficient. An army could be created anywhere, at any time. The infinite war has raged for 1,000 years. Billions of lives have been lost. But now the actors are assembled. The final act is about to begin. It is time for the infinite war to end.
Your Tech One Air Factory can produce a light transport craft capable of transporting engineers, combat units, and even your commander to any land point in the theater of war. Tech One transports have 6 sets of transport hooks, 3 on a side, that can load up to 6 units depending on unit mass and size. While Tech One transports are lightly armored and have no onboard weaponry, the combat units you load can fire from the side, making your transport a powerful gunship. Transports are constructed at your air factories. There are several ways to load a transport. You can select a single unit or a group of units and point at the transport to be loaded on your HUD. When the load cursor appears, right-click. If the units are close to the transport, they will move into position and mag load to the transport clamps. If the transport is out of range, the transport will move to your units and load. If you have more units than will fit on a single transport, and have multiple transports available, select the units to load and use Shift with the load command on each transport. All units will load. To unload a transport, Select the transport, then the transport command from the unit commands menu, and left-click on the destination. You can use the Shift key to lay in a multi-point move route before putting in the final transport command. This allows you to avoid detection or defenses as you move your units. If you're using your transports as gunships, simply order them into battle using the move or patrol commands. Patrolling a loaded transport around an enemy base will cause a lot of destruction. Using your transports, you can set an automatic ferry route between 2 points. This lets you continually move units between those points. To set up a ferry route, place your transport at the origin point. Select the ferry command from the unit commands menu, then select the destination point. The transport will automatically lay down a ferry beacon. If the transport was already loaded with units, it will begin its first run. If not, it will wait and load units at the ferry beacon and then begin its run. To get units to the ferry route, it is important to note that you must load the units to the ferry beacon, not to the transport itself. A load command to the transport will override the ferry command, and the beacon will be destroyed. In this example, we're selecting a large group of units to move to the ferry beacon. The transport will continue to move them all to the destination point. You can automatically load units to a ferry point directly from the factory. To do so, simply select the factory, then right-click the ferry beacon when the load cursor appears. If several factories are feeding a ferry beacon, you can easily send a full load of units with each transport. The ferry system can keep your units flowing smoothly to the front lines. At the Tech 2 and Tech 3 level, you can construct shield generators to protect your base, your ACU, or any other units or positions you wish to fortify. The difference between the Tech 2 and Tech 3 generators is their protective area, defense power, and energy consumption rate. A shield will protect units within its protective perimeter from fire outside that perimeter only. It provides no protection once ground forces penetrate the shield. For that reason, an effective strategy for base protection is to create multiple overlapping shields. If one is penetrated or goes down, your key units are still protected. In this example, the ACU is under the protection of 3 overlapping shields. Shields consume a lot of energy. When you begin to construct shields, you must also ensure a continuing and growing supply of energy generation. If your energy dips below 100% or goes into the negative, your shields will be less effective and they will flicker on and off. In this case, use the pause capability of your shield generators to turn off less critical shields in favor of the most critical. You should construct new power generators on a 1-to-1 ratio with shields. For each Tech 2 shield, you need a Tech 2 power generator. For each Tech 3 shield, you need a new Tech 3 power generator. It is also important to remember that shields do not protect you from nuclear attack. Your most basic intelligence gathering units are your land and air scouts, which are fast units with an extended sight range. Constant scouting with these units is one of your best intelligence gathering tools. At the Tech 1 level, your engineers can also begin to erect radar stations on land and sonar stations at sea to help you locate enemy units. Many commanders deploy radar across the theater of war. Tech 1 radar towers are inexpensive to deploy. For the sea battle, sonar is essential for targeting submarines. At the Tech 2 level, you can deploy long-range radar. It's similar to Tech 1 radar, but offers a far greater range. It is important to note that Tech 1 and Tech 2 radar can be fooled or jammed by stealth counter radar units. At the Tech 2 level, you can begin to construct stealth stations to jam and counter enemy radar. Stealth towers cover a certain protective area and consume energy. Particularly important for forward secret bases, you should rely on stealth technology in your intelligence war. Note that stealth can be countered by the advanced Omni radar systems that will be discussed later.